I had a dream about the tribulation. I was at like this, I guess it was like a banquet or something. You know how when somebody gets married or there's like a quinceañera or some sort of celebration, they have like a hall and they have food in there and dancing and then music or whatever. And you know how they have the lights down low. I'd see people eating, right? And there was this guy that was sitting at the table and he was eating like a plate of food, a very hefty sized plate. The lights come on and there's these Chinese guys standing there. There's about 7 or 8 of them there, 6, 7 Chinese guys there. And there's this little Chinese guy and he pointed at that man that was eating this big plate of food and he said, this man right here is in violation of code so-and-so, so-and-so, that you cannot eat so much food. And he goes, arrest him. And so I'm looking at him, right? I'm looking at the whole scene, and then all of a sudden he looks at me and he goes, now arrest him. And I was all like, they all try to get me and they try to put me under arrest or whatever. And I take off running. I go out those doors and I'm going through this alley. It's like a dark alley because it was like at night. I go up into this like apartment building. It's like a building, you know. And I go in there and I don't see anybody in there. It looks like it's been abandoned. Like it looks like there was people that lived there, like apartments or whatever, but nobody was there. Like, so I started kind of looking around and I'm trying to be real quiet. And all of a sudden, people start to appear like if they came out of the walls. And it was like, they look real like homeless people. I asked them, I said, how long have y'all been here? And they said 3.5 years. And I was like, what? I was like, wow. So as they're saying that, I go to the window, and by this time I guess it started to become like daylight. I see like tanks, military vehicles. They're just descending on this apartment building. They just start shelling it, shooting at it, boom, 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 boom. And they had blew out like a side of the building, like a corner of the building, and it was exposed. So I'm looking down like that, and when I looked out, it was like an open, like an open field I could see, and I want to say as far as the eye could see, I seen like battalions of Chinese forces. Maybe they were blended in with other forces, but I know that I saw a lot of Chinese forces, like battalions, and they're like on the ground, you know, I guess like, you know, they're, you know, occupying, but they're like on the ground, you know, you can see them. And then all of a sudden these guys that had been chasing me, they go, there he is, get him. And they start shooting at me, and then I wake up, you know. So it's pretty detailed, you know, about how it all unravels, you know, for those that are left behind and have to suffer the tribulation. Obviously this was already at the halfway point of the 3, because when I asked the people in the dream how long had they been in that hiding, and they said 3.5 years, and it's halfway, because 7 years is what the Bible says about the tribulation period. I really do believe that eventually the United States will be taken over by China. There was just a report that came out by some top U.S. general that they said that in 2025 that the United States will be at war with China. You know, it's inevitable just because, you know, the times that we're living in. And I believe God allowed me to see that. I hope that I don't get left behind. You know, you need to be about that walk with God. In other words, you know, you gotta, you know, be in prayer, you know, be fasting, be seeking the Lord, worshiping, praying. You know, if you don't have a relationship with Jesus Christ, you better get one. You better get one, because obviously we want Him to save us. None of us want to be left behind at that time and moment. I don't care where you are, who you are, what you've been doing, saved or unsaved. At that time, when the rapture does take place, man, and you get left behind, you are going to regret that you missed it, that you allowed anybody or anything to keep you from serving the Lord and to seek His face in that time that you had. Because the Bible says, Jesus said Himself, and I believe it's in Matthew chapter 24, that there will be no time like this. There's never has been, and there never will be. That's my dream. Jesus said, when you see all these things come to pass, behold, it is near, even at the doors. God bless you.
I love you, Lord, for your mercy never failed me. All my days I've been held in your hand. From the moment that I wake up, I love